At 35,000 feet, Captain Jack Turner adjusted his headset and smiled as his co-pilot cracked a joke. It was supposed to be an ordinary flight, passengers asleep, engines humming, when a sharp military voice cut through the radio static. "Unidentified aircraft, state your call sign." Jack's fingers froze. That voice. That tone. It pulled him back to a world he'd buried deep. His heart skipped as he answered quietly. "Call sign. Ghost Rider." The silence that followed was deafening. Jack Turner was known to his passengers as the friendly single-dad pilot who handed out toy wings to kids before takeoff. To his colleagues, he was the calmest man in the cockpit, always smiling, never raising his voice. Few knew he had once flown something far faster, far louder, an F-15 in the U.S. Air Force. After his wife, Emily, died in a car accident 5 years earlier, Jack hung up his flight suit. His daughter, Lily, was only 6 then, and she became his whole world. He switched to commercial aviation, trading fighter jets for passenger planes, because Lily needed a father more than the skies needed another soldier. He promised her he'd never put himself in danger again. That morning's flight from Dallas to London was smooth until halfway across the Atlantic. The aircraft's radar systems began to flicker. Jack frowned. Something was wrong. "Captain, we're getting interference," the co-pilot muttered. Then, out of nowhere, 2 blips appeared on the radar, fast-moving, closing in. Within seconds, 2 F-22 Raptors materialized outside the cockpit windows, their silver wings glinting against the sunrise. A firm voice came over the emergency frequency. "Unidentified Boeing 787, you're in restricted airspace. Identify yourself immediately." Jack picked up the radio. "This is Captain Jack Turner, American Airlines Flight 92. There was a pause. Then came the question that would shake him to his core. "Say again, Captain? Did you say Turner? Jack Turner?" Jack's co-pilot glanced at him. "Sir, what's going on?" Before Jack could answer, the second F-22 pilot broke in, his voice trembling with disbelief. "Ghost Rider. Is that you?" Jack's blood ran cold. The nickname, Ghost Rider, wasn't just a call sign. It was a legend. Years ago, during a classified mission overseas, Captain Jack Turner had saved an entire squadron by flying his jet between 2 enemy missiles, sacrificing his aircraft so the others could escape. He ejected seconds before impact, presumed dead when no signal came from his parachute. But Jack had survived, broken, scarred, and hidden under a new identity. He never told anyone, not even his daughter. He just wanted peace. And now 2 young pilots, maybe the same age he'd been back then, were flying alongside him, staring at the ghost of a man they'd grown up hearing about in training. "Sir," one of them said softly over the channel, "we were told you never made it out." Jack smiled faintly. "I did. But I stopped flying." To come home suddenly, alarms blared. The right engine sputtered, flames bursting along the wing. The F-22s broke formation as turbulence rattled the cabin. The co-pilot panicked. "We're losing altitude." Jack's hands moved instinctively, calm, precise, almost superhuman. He cut off fuel to the burning engine, adjusted the rudder trim, and steadied the nose. Passengers screamed, the plane shuddered, but Jack's voice over the intercom stayed steady and warm. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain. We're experiencing a bit of turbulence, but you're safe with me." It wasn't bravado. It was fatherly reassurance, the kind that made even fear itself listen. One of the F-22 pilots called out, "Ghost Rider, you're flying that bird like it's a fighter jet." Jack grinned. "Once a pilot, always a pilot, son." With his guidance, they coordinated an emergency landing on a NATO airstrip in Iceland. Fire crews raced forward, foam and lights everywhere. When the aircraft rolled to a stop, every passenger burst into applause. But the moment that truly broke him was when he saw a military jeep waiting near the runway, and his daughter, Lily, stepping out. Lily ran toward him, tears streaming. "Dad! They said the flight was in trouble. I thought." Jack knelt, holding her close. Hey. I told you I'd always come home. The F-22 pilots approached, removing their helmets. One saluted sharply. Sir, it's an honor. You're the reason I became a pilot. The Ghost Rider maneuver, they teach it at the academy. Jack blinked in disbelief. He tried to leave his past behind, yet his story had lived on, not as war, but as courage. He looked at the young man and smiled. Then promise me one thing. Fly not to be remembered, but to bring others home.